Hey everybody, what's up guys? I am here today to do a get ready with me video featuring the Emily Edit The Needs palette. This is in collaboration with Makeup Revolution, which is a brand that I have never tried before. So I'm gonna get into this baby today and really test it out and see how it applies, what it looks like on my skin tone, and give you guys swatches, all that good stuff. First off, let me just say, I am so proud of Emily for making something her own. I was watching her videos and just seeing her explain every little detail to the last shade name. It just really made me so proud of her, and she's always been like my favorite beauty YouTuber since before I ever even thought of making my own videos. Like back when I was just watching YouTube, when I was like in high school getting into makeup, Emily was like that big sister who I looked up to, who basically taught me everything I know about like makeup application and products and what to get, what's good at the drugstore. Like, she has inspired me so much. She inspired me to be on here myself. I mean, that says a lot, and I know she is a favorite and a classic, but to me it's like she is an inspiration and she is such a sweet person. I can't believe that she's done something with her name on it. I'm just like really excited to get into this today. I haven't tried it yet, so this is gonna be kind of like a try-on video, you know? So let's get into it. I also have the wands here, but this is something that I really want to like get creative with and have fun with, probably in a whole nother video, because I just feel like they both deserve their own spotlight. What I'm going to focus on using in today's video right here is the Needs, because this is kind of like your go-to everyday palette. I feel like Emily really curated this one to be like that no-brainer type of makeup palette, and I love that concept, especially as someone who's on the go a lot. I mean, if you go to school, if you work a lot, if you just don't have time to think in the morning sometimes to do your makeup, which I feel like we've all been there, that's what this is for basically. So I really like that idea, and she pulled her favorite picks from Makeup Revolution to be in this palette, which is really cool for me because I've never tried Makeup Revolution before, so this is going to be like an entirely new experience for me. So let's just get right into it. So here is the palette inside. You get a full-size mirror, which is really nice. You get some face products here, blush, bronzer, highlighter, and then these are eye products. This, I believe, is just a matte white. It looks like a matte white, so you could use that on your eyes, your face, probably to set something. So I just want to dive in because I cannot wait any longer. This retails for $15 at Ulta, and also Makeup Revolution is selling it. I believe these are permanent. It's not going to be limited edition, so you know they will restock and you can get your hands on it hopefully soon. I believe she said they're not limited edition, which is really cool because limited edition makeup it makes me feel panicky for some reason, and I just like I don't even like buying limited edition stuff anymore because of that. So I think that's amazing, and again, congrats to Emily for this, and thank you so much for having me be a part of it. She sent these to me, and I actually kind of had a feeling something was coming out because she messaged me a little while ago and said, hey, I want to send you something, and I was like, girl, what are you working on? Like, I had a feeling she was coming out with something like this. I'm just going to start off by applying some of this Super Aqua water cream. This is by Misha, and it's nice and hydrating, but it doesn't feel heavy, so it's perfect underneath makeup. I've been wearing this or using this instead of primer lately, so I really love this stuff. But if you have dry skin, I definitely recommend that. So I'm just going to apply some of that a bit and let that soak in before I get into my foundation, and I'm also going to put on some lip balm. I just like to prep my skin, and then I'm using some Glossier Balm.com here. I just want to prep my skin really nice before I do my makeup today because my skin's been kind of dry. I mean, it's always dry, but I haven't really been wearing makeup that much just because I've been really busy and it's been so hot that I feel like a bit out of touch with makeup. I haven't really been trying anything new or exciting, so this is a nice, I feel like it's just what I needed, you know? I'm just gonna use my favorite drugstore foundation today. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and my shade is number 112 Natural Ivory. Still loving this, still using it pretty much every single day. I, in fact, need to get a new bottle because I'm almost out. So I just kind of put that all over, And for my concealer today, I'm just using my Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. I'm going to just cover up where I want a little more coverage. It's not really the best for under eye because it's like my skin tone. It's not really a brightening shade, but I just ran out of my favorite Too Faced concealer. Like, it's bone dry, so I gotta improvise today. But Milk Makeup just expanded their shade range, so I'm gonna go to Sephora and give some stuff a swatch because I really want to try maybe a shade or two lighter of the concealer and the foundation, because the foundation that I always would get, I think it was in the shade Light, and that used to be their lightest shade, and it was always just like a little too deep for me. But I love the formula of the Milk Makeup face products because they feel so comfortable, even though they're like full on coverage, which is great. It doesn't feel like you have like heavy makeup on. So I gotta go check out their new shades because I am so happy they finally added more. They added lighter and deeper, so I can't wait. Instead of shadow primer, I just like to use concealer, so I just put some of that Milk Makeup concealer all over, and then I press that in, and I do set it with either like an eyeshadow that's my skin tone or some loose powder, but I have my Cover FX powder right here, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of this translucent powder, and I like it because there's no shimmer or anything in it. It's just a plain old matte powder. It's great for the under eye or just for setting your concealer. I don't really use powder on the rest of my face because my skin is dry like year round, so I just use powder like mostly in this area. The color of this palette reminds me of this Barbie house I used to have. It was like from the 90s. You guys know that pink one with the green roof on top? Yeah, that's what this looks like. Let's dive right in here. I'm going into the bronzer. It's called Courage, and it looks just like your regular medium tone. I usually go for lighter bronzers just because of my skin tone, so we'll see how it works out. It might work for me. I can try to just use a light hand with it. Maybe I won't put on too much, but let's just see. I've never used Makeup Revolution, so this is a totally new experience for me all around, which is really, I mean, if I'm gonna try anything from the brand, I would try Emily's, favorites here, which is pretty cool. So I love that idea that she did. I'm gonna take just a little bit of this matte white called Kindness. It's just a plain no shimmer white, and I'm gonna use this to kind of blend over that bronzer since it's a bit intense for my skin tone. Even though it's just your standard bronzy shade, just for someone with my complexion, it's just a little bit too much. So I'm trying to just kind of, I guess, soften that a little bit. I'm just gonna wipe off any excess on the brush here just because this color is pigmented and it's a little bit deep for my skin tone. So I'm just gonna really just kind of gently apply that on because I don't really need too much. I don't wear a lot of bronzer most of the time, but when I do, I kind of tend to stick for like really light brown shades, like either like Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula in light or Milk Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced. That's kind of my within my skin tone range. So I'm just gonna kind of try to even it out on this side by applying a little bit, and then I'm gonna take this fluffy brush again with that matte white shade Kindness and just use that to soften it up. So I guess you could use this kind of as an all-over color. You can use it maybe even to set your face with if it kind of matches your skin tone, or you could use it like on the eyes probably. I'm gonna try to dip into as many colors as I can today, and I'm really eyeing this blush. It's called Joy, and it's like this, it looks almost like a peach, but like a deeper, neutrally earthy tone. That's a lot of powder. I did not mean to apply that much, but that color is gorgeous. So it's gonna be very, I think, wearable for a lot of people. It's not pink, it's not fuchsia. Sometimes I feel like with these combo face palettes, it can be very, I don't know, like bubblegum cutesy, but this is actually pretty wearable. So I'm using a very light hand because I barely tapped in my brush and it's a lot of color. I even tapped off some of the excess here. These are pigmented, no joke shades. So far it's pigmented and I have to even be kind of careful with it. I think it's really going to depend on your skin tone, how it'll look on you, but for me, I'm really having no issues with color payoff, and it does blend out pretty nicely here. Even that bronzer that I applied a little too much here, it's blending out, so I can kind of make it work. But the blush is so nice. I'm just taking a clean brush here to like kind of soften up the color, but I really like this blush. It's actually got this kind of neutral earth tone to it. So I'm just gonna keep blending that out. This is such a pretty neutral peach color. I don't really go for peachy that much, but I feel like with this, it's neutral enough to where it's not like out there. It doesn't look overpowering. So it's just enough color. I like that a lot. I gotta get this highlighter on my cheeks. I cannot wait to try this. It is called Gratitude, and it looks like just a pearly white shade. So let's see here. And that is actually very soft. It's just more of a glow than a like blinding highlight. And I was expecting nothing less from Emily because I know she's very much about the glow, and I know that this is going to be flattering for a lot of people also. So it's kind of, she's thinking of everyone here, which is really nice. And I like this. It's very pretty. It reminds me of like kind of almost like the Essence highlighter, but maybe a little bit on the whiter, pearlier side. I'm just gonna play with it because I'm just so excited. I'm gonna put it on my nose, okay? The highlight is stunning. It is so pretty. I know I put on a lot, but I like doing that. So I'm gonna add a bit of this matte cream color eyeshadow, which is called Love. So this is just like your basic kind of off-white. It looks a little bit yellow on my skin tone, but I'm just using it as my base for everything. I think I'm also gonna dip into this one called Peace. It's kind of like it looks just like a soft beige color, maybe a little orangey. So far, these eyeshadows are blending very well, and I like how they layer on top of each other. The only thing is that I feel like I just have to tap my brush a little bit because it is kind of a fine powdery-ish formula, but it's not like they aren't pigmented, so I'm okay with it. What bothers me is when shadows are powdery and then like they don't show up, so I don't have an issue working with Fallout as long as the colors look nice, which they do so far. So I'm gonna go into Faith. I'm just taking a little bit of Faith to kind of deepen it up, and I'm just patting it on, and I really didn't even add much to my brush, so I love the pigmentation on these shadows. They blend nicely. I wouldn't consider myself any sort of eyeshadow expert at all, so for it to work easily and blend into each other without having like to struggle, I really appreciate. Okay, so there we go. I really like how the eyes turned out. I just used all matte shadows. I think I'm gonna keep it matte today on the eyes because I always do shimmer, so I'm gonna just switch it up and do my liner here. I'm still loving my Fenty Flyliner pen. This is my new favorite eyeliner because it is so fluid and black. Still loving this mascara from Milk Makeup here. This is their Kush mascara. It's just my kind of everyday go-to lately. I'm gonna take my hair out of that clip and let my mane down. All right, so I'm just going to continue filling that in a little bit. And all I've been using lately is just brow pencil because I like how simple you just kind of fill it in and go. For my lips, I'm just gonna go ahead and line them and fill them in here with my favorite lip pencil ever from the drugstore. This is Milani All Natural. I know, I use it all the time, but I just love this color. And with this kind of soft makeup look we got going on today, I wanna wear like my neutral, my everyday lip, since I feel like this is the perfect everyday makeup look as it is. I just gotta top it off here with my favorite. All right, so there's All Natural. I just kind of filled in my whole lip with it. And then to top it off, I wanna have a glossy lip. You could leave it matte if you would like to, but I've really been into my ColourPop gloss lately, and this is in the shade Flying Horses. I've almost used it up. I only have this much left, which is crazy. I never finish up lip products, but I've been wearing this one pretty much every day. So I think that says a lot. It's not sticky at all, and it kind of has like this vanilla scent, which I really like. And it is so pretty. I went ahead and added a touch of Striking Copper by Maybelline just on my waterline because that completes my everyday makeup. Like, I wear this pretty much every time I do my everyday makeup look, and I really love how this turned out. I think it's just the perfect, you know, go-to. I mean, it's nothing over the top, it's just the right amount. I love the highlight. I have to say this, even though this is like my everyday makeup kind of like colors, I still love the way that these things applied. I think it looks so nice and just effortless. It's not like you have to really think too much with this palette, and as someone who gets ready like usually early in the mornings, I think this is gonna be great because I won't have to think too much. I am a neutral girl, so for me, I love neutral colors. This is like right up my alley. I've never tried Makeup Revolution before, and I'm actually pretty amazed at the quality here. It's smooth, they're pigmented, the shadows, even the face products in here look just like they do in the pan. Like, you're not getting anything but what you see here. So everything, the packaging, the colors, the names, I just really think Emily totally put her work in here, and it shows. Everything in here is handpicked by Emily, and I feel like she did a great job at kind of piecing everything together without having overlap, without having anything that's considered too boring. I mean, you know, it's a neutral palette, but the colors are gorgeous. They're pigmented, they go on smoothly, and they blend very well. So I think she did a great job here, and I love this palette. I'm definitely going to use a lot of this, and you won't be seeing the last of this one, I'm sure. So that's all I can say for now, but until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.